so wanted to make a, you know, a vlog. First of all, this is what I hope my hair will look like in a couple years. I don't know how long it would take, but of course, the lyric that comes to mind is, "You like my hair? She thinks just about it." Ariana Grande. Because of course, this is extensions. It's not like the best or anything, but it at least gives me an idea of, you know, or at least reminds me of what my hair look like long, which is cool and it's fun. And yeah. Anyway, but I hadn't tried it for a while because when I dyed my hair lighter, I thought it wouldn't work, but it actually works better because it's kind of got a golden tint, and so it actually works better than it did when my hair was darker. So anyhow, without further ado, further ado on the hair explanation, today's my thoughts on is another more personal one, because I have a lot of thoughts on this right now. But yeah, I guess breakups, or really more mine. I've just been through one, and of course it was my only one because it's my only relationship. But now that I've had that experience, mostly it's like, yeah, this is not something I want to do ever again. I don't know if anyone gets addicted to the feeling. I don't know. I don't think people actually do. I think people mostly don't intend to go into a relationship with this intention, just like people who get married don't intend to get divorced. But luckily I'm not divorced. But I'm not going to talk about the details of it because, like, I don't want to get that personal. I just want to talk about the feelings and kind of the stages or whatever. I'm not going to really go through numbers of stages like stage 1, stage 2. But, of course, you know, initially when I knew it was over, like, that day that it happened, which was about 2.5 weeks ago, that's why I'm doing this video now, because, like, it's not that much time, but it's enough of a chunk that you feel things and you go through things. So, you know, I'm not going to kid myself. I'm not going to be like, oh, it's been so long. No, it hasn't. But anyway, like the initial day, that was my worst, I think, because that's like when I can't see what the future holds, and at that moment, that's all that I could feel, and it was awful. It was all terrible. I don't even need to tell the details. I mean, just the, like, no matter what was behind it, the idea that it was over, and I knew it, was like, you know, I had this meltdown, and of course for me it's like, I mean, that's what I would expect with this. I mean, that was always my fear. That's why getting into a relationship, like, that's the fear, is like this sort of day. Which honestly, with all the effort I take, I mean, you know, I mean, I was always worried about it, mostly because I worry about everything, but also, like, I wouldn't blame anyone. I know it's terrible to say, but I'm a handful, even with myself. And you can probably tell that even if you just see some of the vlogs. But definitely, if you're anyone watching this and you know me, like, you know me, you know. But, you know, I was just, it doesn't matter whose fault it is. The idea that you were with someone and then you know that it's over is going to be bad. At least for me. Unless you're, like, really wanting to get out of it. And I was just, you know, a mess. But here's the thing, and I never would have seen this, but I actually did pick myself up, and no one else helped me. I did it myself. I didn't have any best friend, like, girl pal, or a sibling there. Like, at that moment, actually, literally at that day, I was actually alone all day. And I kind of had to go through all this, like, stuff where, like, I was right down crying, didn't know what to do, like, thinking about all these options. I ended up going on a walk, came back, and even though I was still in so much pain, I did pick myself up, literally, move forward, and then I, you know, kept going. The things that helped me keep going and not go back or fall back down was other people, and that was my family, because the support I got and the help. And it was like my sister coming back from China, and we had like these birthdays happening with my one sister and then my other, because like in June and July it's like birthdays, and they were all here. And with my sisters, like specifically my one sister Emma, like spending time with her, and like even though she was here with her boyfriend who's now her fiance, like that really like got me out of my head. And the funny thing is, like, it wasn't just that. Like, I'm telling you, any advice I know is that, and I've known this before. I mean, it just has to do with depression. It doesn't even have to be a breakup. But if you ever feel like you're at the end of a rope, I mean, it's because you have too much time to think about it. I know sometimes you don't want to hear that, but when I started getting busy, and I didn't, and I'm still not ready. I mean, I've applied. I've got back on the wagon applying for jobs, but I'm still haven't gotten one yet. But I didn't even, what I'm saying is that I didn't have a job or anything, but I did keep busy, and I did have tasks to do, and I did do things, and I accomplished things. And I mean, as you can see on my channel, I kept posting things. It might have not been vlogs, and you know, now more recently it's been more of my video edits, because I'm just trying to do things and accomplish things. And even though, like, to some people that might, like, they might not understand it, like, finishing editing a video, posting it feels so satisfying. Getting invested in other things, and like reminding myself the things that inspire me, people inspire me, and of course a lot of those are celebrities, but like, you know, and then actually hanging out with some of my old friends too. I mean, you know, I isolated for a while, but then I was like, you know, I can hang out with people. Anyways, and 2.5 weeks later now, as you can see, like also playing with my look continuously, but it doesn't even matter what it is. When you're focused on something else, you know, it's better. Now, of course, I've had days, or really moments in my days, where you think of a certain thing, or you see a certain thing. Like, of course, the danger of social media, for me, it's Facebook, you know. Of course, I was super dramatic. I always am. Have to cut them off. So I delete the number, delete the text, and then delete them from Facebook. And then, of course, I looked again and, of course, saw that he had changed his status. But what can you expect? Of course he did. I did, too. I did it first, actually. And there was that feeling is awful, that sinking feeling of, oh, this really is over, or like a confirmation, or you think of something. And it's not like happy memories or whatever. A lot of, I mean, most of it has to do with what had happened and